last week, the picks went 2-4 for a season record of 8-10. Not a great week for the picks. But I'm demanding perfection from myself, and perfection is what you were going to get. The picks are going perfect this week. Take it to the bank. Perfect week for the picks. The first thing I'd like to do before we get into it is start with some blockbuster trading news. That's right, folks. The stories you've heard on ESPN are true. Troutman is heading to Dalvin and the Chipmunks in exchange for Team Sadho receiving the Browns. We are going to be telling our children about this. In fact, when our children inherit this league, Daniel Richard Edmond III is going to be telling Dustin Poirier Dast how their fathers fleeced this league. So congratulations to those two franchises for pulling this off. Truly blockbuster deal that's going to reverberate for years to come. Let's head into picks. Let's head into recap. We're going to start with the Stogies. They got handed an L by Hines, Chase, and James Conner as Dalvin and Chipmunks took a resounding, a commanding 2-1 presence in the league. Congrats, Dan. The Chubby Dubbies were aided by big games from Chris Carson, Keenan Allen, and were really aided by A.J. Brown and his hamstring. Eventually, one of these days, Dave's going to win again. Y'all watch out when that happens. 1-0 Rugby finally lost, I see. They lost to the Point Hoarder, eating dubs and crab legs. In fact, Blake scored the highest in the league, and his defense put up a goose egg. One has to think, is this a testament to how good Blake is, or how poorly we all played? And I think it's the latter, not really the former. Sorry, Blake, but enjoy your fruit. Spend that money wisely, buddy. Josh Allen's huge game was not enough to overcome the social unrest in Peggy's locker room, and you better believe the Dixieland Delights took advantage of it. It really speaks to the team's locker room when they would rather lose to a team with a racially tinged name than the Dixieland Delights, rather than play for Peggy and win. His response? Put the team back on the trading block. We'll see how that works out for him. Team Takeout cruised to an impressive win over Team T9 2A. Logan's players are really starting to gel like the hair product he uses, which is really great to see. Dylan, I like you as a person, I really do. I care for you. I do not care for your team. In fact, the more I see your team play, the less I care for them. But I am rooting for you for the rest of the year. I think it's a heck of a Cinderella story that you've got going on. So I will be pulling for you to make some waves in this league. Gritty and the Jets took care of business in our game of the week, the Martin Garman Bowl, sponsored by SCB. As he was walking out of the stadium, a belligerent fan yelled at manager Andrew Amade and asked him to take that lucky horseshoe he carries around and shove it up his rear. At which point Amade responded, quote, "Where do you think I put it?" So folks, that was week 4. That was week 3 in review. And so what a fun time that was. We're going to let this 5-second ad play on my phone real quick, and then we're going to skip it. And it's business as usual. Week 4. Dylan, remember when I said I was rooting for you? That starts next week, pal. I'm taking it to you this week. I've got mid in this matchup. Drew reminded me of how his team has been unbeaten against my picks against his team, at which point I say I love a challenge. So Drew, I'm picking against you again this week, and this time you're going down. I've got Dixieland Delights in that one. William, you get to 500 this week. Congratulations. With McCaffrey out, it's hard to pick Team Sadho. I do believe that Zach Moss will fill in nicely. I think he's going to give Harry a good game, but the Chubby Dubbies and Scott have too much firepower this week. They just had too much. I'm going with the Chubby Dubbies. Let's see. What's next? I do believe that this week's loss was a fluke for one heartbeat, or should I say last week's loss was a fluke. I am picking Daniel over Logan in this one. I do believe that the scrambled eggs, Peggy is going to right the ship this week and really implement some social justice measures. I think he's going to add accessibility ramps to his facilities. I think he's going to add handicapped parking spaces. You may ask, what does this have to do with social justice? Well, it's certainly going to placate guys like Gronk and Lockett on this team who have been here forever. So he's going to placate the grandpas, which end up being the team leaders, and hopefully that'll get some momentum going for him. I got Peggy in this one. Oh, folks, we're already here. I mean, we're already here. It's the game of the week. If you're good at math or you know anything about this league, you're clear on where we are and who's in this game. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Mitch Melito Roommate Bowl, sponsored by Nathan's Hot Dogs. If you know, you know. It will feature managers Dan Emmett and Blake Eichhorn, two people who have the unique birthmark of having Mitch Melito as a former roommate. Let's see. This one could be close. I like Gavin and the Chipmunks. I think they have so much momentum from that Troutman trade that their enthusiasm to be part of an organization with such a heads-up front office is going to carry them to the top. I think you're going to see these players playing out of their mind with Troutman now on their team. And so once again, the trade will pay dividends for Dan Edmond. Folks, that is your Week 4 preview. We'll see you next week for Week 5.